What's up, y'all? Keith Dykes here with W.K.D. Construction. Welcome back to my channel. And if you're new, thanks for stopping by. You can always hit that subscribe button, man, and come back. Check us out all the time. So let's go build something. Well, hello from here in Big Sandy, Tennessee, where it is hot, humid, and sticky already. Already this morning, it's 85 degrees, it's 9:30, and it's going to be a scorcher today. For all y'all that have been following me for a while, you know that I am Keith Dykes. For those of you that maybe have just found my channel, just tuning in maybe for the first time, my name is William Keith Dykes. I go by Keith Dykes. I am the owner of W.K.D. Construction out of Big Sandy, Tennessee, and I specialize in total custom homes from the ground up. I am a hands-on contractor. I'm not one of those truck contractors that sit in the truck and tell everybody what to do. I personally do the majority of the work. You know what I mean? Plus, I am the secretary, the CEO, the laborer, the treasurer, the gopher, everything. I am here probably 99% of the time. You know, I may have to run and shag some materials every now and again, but majority of the time, I am here doing all of my own work. But I'm here on my back porch. I'm set up on my back porch. And as you can see, all this lovely wood, which is not really wood. Nope. It is cam-clad. It is a recycled PVC, and it looks phenomenal, dude. And I don't know if you can see this. These are my quick click cam-clad columns. These are 10 by 10. Dude, they look phenomenal. So you have the beauty of real wood without the maintenance, dude. So I really love the product. I got it all over my house. So if you're watching this series, you're going to get into seeing us install all the cam-clad. But we're not going to get into cam-clad today on this video. We are going to get into framing the second story where Macy's bedroom is at. We're going to be showing you how to put together some LVL beams, some 2-ply and some 3-ply. We got garage door headers and then, excuse me, some support beams to support the dormer upstairs. So we'll get into that. Some TJIs, kind of the benefits of using a TJI versus dimensional lumber as far as floor joist. Then probably we focus quite a bit on installing the Advantex subflooring, 3/4 of an inch. How to make sure it's straight, it's square, laying out. And using the right materials for the job to install and have a squeak-free floor. Having a squeak in your floor is just like nails on a chalkboard. And it's hard to fix especially after you get your flooring in. There's no real way to go back and fix that. So we are going to be using the Huber Advantex subfloor, which is, I've been using it for as long as it's come out, 20 years, something like that, 25 years, I don't know. It's been a long time. And then, of course, over the years, they kind of evolve and make better products, add more products. I use all the zip system, the whole system I use. But I don't know, 5, 6, 7 years ago, they came out with their own adhesive, subfloor adhesive, which is an aerosol, like a foam. It actually comes out, when you put it on, it comes out as a gel, or a foam, sorry. When you start it up, it comes out as a foam, and then it goes down to a gel. And then once you put your subfloor on it, man, it totally bonds. I'm talking within, I think it's 12 hours, it is totally cured, versus a an old standard tube adhesive that takes maybe 2 weeks to dry depending on your climate. The foam is where it's at, man. And it goes a long way too. You use, I think it's like 8 cans or 1 can of foam to 8 tubes of adhesive, that is really legit too. But they give you a squeak-free guarantee if you use the Advantech, if you use their Advantech subfloor adhesive, and then you use a manufacturer's recommended screw, which we're going to be using the Simpson quick drive system. The quick dry system is a game changer because you have an extension handle. You're not bending over to screw the floor. And then of course the screws are gonna hold way better than a nail ever thought of doing. At one time I did nail and I had a lot of squeaks. So that just drove me crazy. So since I've been using the whole Huber system, I don't even know if I've had to go back and try to fix any squeaks. So if you're still nailing subfloor, quit, get out of it. You need to start screwing your floors off. It's just way better and it makes more sense. Let's go get it. Let's go build a 2nd story floor system. Well, it looks like we're finally gonna get a beautiful day today. I think it's supposed to be about 57. Sun shining. Maybe we'll have no rain this week. Well, I think we are. I think it's towards the end of the week. But so we're here in the garage and we're getting ready to drill holes in the beam to mount a 2x on top of that so we can mount our floor joist to it. We got something to screw to. We're going to install this triple 14-inch LVL header over the garage, and then we'll jump over here, get onto our floor joists, get those laid out. We'll go ahead and screw our TJI floor joist onto our ledger board. We'll have a floor joist on this side set on the beam here, and then it'll set on top of the header of the garage door. So we just got a few, mainly on this back wall. There's a couple over here, but we'll get that all going and get our floor joist cut to length and start installing. We got some Simpson 3.5-inch big screws for the LVLs holding together, and then we'll put the 3rd one on there and then use a 5.5 and 6-inch screw all the way through. We got these 5-inch ones right here, or 6-inch. We'll go all the way through. Didn't like that. You gotta get a big battery. Even though LVLs are engineered, sometimes they're still different thicknesses. So using the cordless planer to make sure all the beams are the same height. It's usually not much, but it will make a difference, and then they get wet and they do swell up a little more. So I always do. I always keep my planer handy, man. That thing is sweet. We use it quite a bit. Let's do a check. Yo, testes 1 2, testes 1 2. See if this works. I'm gonna be mic'd up. Check 1 2 1 2. Check. All right. Let's go. So we're gonna raise this beam up with the forklift. This is absolutely the best purchase I ever made. Hands down. How much is it?
Got my way about 16. You in? I'm in. Okay, I'm good. I just need to go up there. You push it in there.
Fork's too high? No, you're all right. Fork's too high? I'll just leave it there for a little safety. Just flush the outside, don't worry about the inside. We are having to drill holes into the steel beam, that way we can mount a 2x to the top of it. It's a 1/2-inch flange, so it's a lot of steel to be drilling through, and the best way to do that is with this. It's a mag-based drill, which is a magnetic base. You turn the magnet on, sticks to it. You can do it upside down, wherever you want to do, and then it's a drill press, mobile drill press. Beautiful. Those things are awesome. It's not something you're going to use all the time, but they are worth every penny they cost. We got Steve putting the joist hangers up. We got a little block up there just to fake, you know. That's the dimension of the TJI, so we're just using it as a spacer block. That way we can get the height and the width correct. Screw them up there. We're using the Simpson truss screws, or no, they're not truss screws. The joist hanger brackets. SD connectors. I'll get it out here in a minute. We're just going to use some 1.5-inch lag bolts, 3/8, and screw up through the bottom. Alright, so here is the Milwaukee cordless framer. Bought it about a year ago, and it works. I like it, especially if you got to do some quick stuff. You want to get the dang air hose out. Oh, got to do a little cheating. On your structural screws that you're going to screw together your LVLs with, make sure you get the proper spool, the right fastener. This is the Simpson SDW EWP ply screw. So this screw is strategically the correct length. You can either screw a 2-ply, which is 2 LVLs together. These are 3 3/8. And then you get into like a 5.5-inch or a 3-ply. It's that recommend. I think it's 5 3/8. So they are a specific length. That way, once you screw them all the way in, they're not going to be poking out the other side. Well, if you get a little discrepancy there with the thickness, leverage is your friend. the fulcrum point. Now I'll come back and put some big screws in there. Yeah. So these 2-ply LVL headers are going to be our support beams that will go, one will go about right there and the other one will go about right in there. And that'll go underneath the wall of, whoa, that'll go underneath the wall of the dormer.
Good?
Good?
Yep.
All right, so he's trying to make sure the location of the beam is where it needs to be, and it is. And we lasered up off the front. We had to fulcrum the beam over the front wall out just a little bit. So now we're running parallel with the beam. And we've installed a couple LVLs. That's where the walls are for the dormer, to do some extra support, because they're going to come back, you know, whenever the roof planes out. So they'll probably come back 8 to 10 feet, maybe somewhere in that area. Well, we're going to cut some floor joist and stick them in there. All right. So we need to chew. All right. We did a layout mark. We strung a string from one end to the other instead of measuring off the wall in the center. I never do that. I always pull a line. That way you know it's straight, because your wall can be out a little here and there. If by chance it is, string it and then you'll be straight from the get-go. Joist is cut to length, so all we got to do is pick it up. So it's good about a 26-foot long joist. All you got to do is put it up there one piece. Knockouts for what? It's rightens up. You're good. You're gonna have to go in at the same time. Top, top. No. It should be tight. All right, we had to back up and punt for a second. We needed to string our wall, so we got the front wall and that wall was strung. That way we could adjust it here and there if we needed to. We had to come in and out just a little bit. So be sure to string your walls. Always string your walls. That way, you know you're straight and you're not guessing. 'Cause that's what we were doing. I was skipping that step for whatever reason. So we ended up stringing them. So Steve got him a new tool. Works pretty good too. What'd you have to pay for that? So you had to pay for it twice. Beautiful. It's a Metabo, cordless. That's really good. Works great for the TJIs. I prefer to use the TJIs over dimensional lumber for a lot of reasons. One, TJIs are consistent on your height and your width. Dimensional lumber, you may get one that's 11 and a quarter, one might be 11 and a half, one might be 11 and an eighth. So there's a lot of inconsistency in the height. The width, not so much. It's pretty much stays pretty constant. They're flat. TJIs are flat. You put them on and they are flat from one end to the other, as long as your supports underneath it are in line, you know. Lengths of them, you can get, I think I've put in some, they're like 37 feet long. So that is cool. That speeds up the process of installation of all your floor joists, because you can just cut it once and then throw the whole thing in there. So say you've got a 30-foot run that you're going to have to install dimensional lumber in. Of course, you can't get anything that's 30 feet long in dimensional lumber. So you're going to have to break that down to whatever increments you got. Say you're going to do 3 10-foot sections. So in each of those sections is going to have a hump, because each floor joist is going to have a bow in it, a natural bow, just because it's solid wood. So once you install the first one, it's going to have a hump, hump, and hump. So that is going to transfer into your framing and everything. Unless you took the time to go back and cut out every hump, or you could plane it, but man, that would take forever. Just use a TJI, span it from one end to the other. And like I said, as long as your supports are good, you are going to have a super true flat floor. So those are some of the reasons why I like using the TJIs. Oh, and they are also a lot lighter to be able to maneuver around by yourself. And they've got a wider nailing flange. So the majority of them are 2.5 inches, but you can get up to 3.5 inch wide. I cut it a little shorter. Yeah. And what you like? You fastened off?
Yeah, I'll secure it.
Going the right way?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Keep going? No. What are you, Steve? You
Yeah, I'm pretty good.
She good? Okay. The beauty of my Adjustomatic 500s, you know what I mean? We couldn't get our joist in there, so we spread it open a little bit, put them in there, closed it tight. Borrow the solo for a minute. So we got all our joists in the main area over the garage. We kind of run into a little different situation. I was going to do some joist over this bathroom, drop the ceiling in there because that's where Macy's bathroom is going to be, is over the top of this one. But I think we got to do her closet somewhere or another, so I think I'm just going to run some joist all the way from the outside wall to this little interior wall here, and just floor that whole thing right over the storm room, or some parts over the storeroom. We may not floor exactly the whole thing, but we'll go ahead and put the joist in there just in case. It'll be ready to go if I do decide to floor that. I can make it into storage or something like that, you know. It's always good to have some extra floor space up in the attic. But Brent's, since we had this wall frame, Brent is cutting it down the thickness of a plate and the floor joist, and then we'll just run them congruent from, like I said, outside the wall to here, and we'll just put a 2x12. We'll just go ahead and screw a 2x12 to this, and then joist hanger off of that, and it'll be perfectly fine. We won't have to worry about insetting the 2x12 on that wall. It's got plenty enough weight on it, or support rather. If you're wondering what my floor joist spacing is, it is 16-inch on center. We are going to solid block on top of the beam. They plumbed up on each side, chalked a line. Now they're going to use our scrap leftover TJIs and do a solid blocking from one end to the other, just to make it a little more rigid. And now you can see what we got going on. Got our floor joist run all the way out to the edge. Like I said, I don't know exactly what we're going to get into with the bathroom situation. I just floored floor joist the whole thing in case we want to floor it, make the closet go into there or something. I don't know. But anyway, we got our floor joist up. We're ready to install our sub flooring. We got our Advantech subflooring. It's 3/4 inch, tongue and groove. I've been using it since it came out, pretty much. It's a very, very good product. Huber makes the Advantech, which does the zip system, everything. I love every product that they have. I use them all. So even the new rain screen, peel and stick, tape, sheathing, every single thing is a phenomenal. Has been really good to the building trades. To be invented, you know, like that's the best thing in a long time to be invented for building. So if you keep with the system, I like to keep everything with the system. We're going to use their foam glue. We're going to use a screw to screw the decking down, and then we're going to use the Advantech. So I have used for a lot of years before they came out with their own adhesive. Just use the regular construction adhesive, but there's a lot of variables that go into that factor. If it's too hot, the glue gets too runny, you slam it down, it goes everywhere. It doesn't really even stick. If it's too cold, it doesn't like to come out very well. And if you got a little ice on your sheathing and stuff, it still doesn't stick very well. So the foam, can foam, is very good. The Huber foam is a game changer as well, just like the rest of their products. So the first thing we're going to do is measure back an allotted dimension, and then chalk a line. We'll put our first row of sheathing to that, and we'll start running them just as fast as we can go. Use a little sledgehammer, and we'll be golden. Let's take a look at that. Look at that. Oh my good. That is flat, son. What you're looking for. So we got our blocking right here. Holds everything stiff. It's a good thing about the TJIs. You get 2.5 inches of flange versus 1.5 inches, which I never have any issue with my plywood breaking or anything, but it does give you a little more screwing width. And I always screw the floors. A long time ago I was using nails, and no bueno. screw. We got the Simpson quick drive attachment. This thing is a cat's pecker. If you've not had one, you best be getting you one, because it works great. So a little quick video interruption. A while back, I made a test video. I wanted to test the difference between standard tube caulking gun style subfloor adhesive versus the Huber foam adhesive. I got to tell you, I was very surprised by the results. I was impressed by the results. So I will put a link, and you can check that video out. It's pretty cool. Like I said, I was very surprised by the results, and I think you will be too. No, heck no. It better be Starhead. It better be Starhead. We're going to pull a layout and chalk a line. I want to cut the groove, the tongue off, so I'm going to do 47 1/4. Oh. 47 1/4. How long? Center pop. Center pop. Pop, 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 tap, tap, pop. Ezra? She good? Go ahead, pop. All right. All right, all right. Huber foam. It's a foam and turns to a gel. Ah, Lee. Let it fly. Easy. Don't slam it. Eighth-inch gap on your butt joints, people. Use an 8-penny nail, works fine. Pull your layout, always with your tape. Mark it as you go. Brand will be able to come back and screw off. It's got the dots on the plywood, but you can't go by that directly. Sometimes they're off a little bit, so I always pull layout every single piece. That way, once you get to the end, you're back straight, just like roof sheathing. Start at the bottom, pulling layout. By the time you get to the top, you're good to go. And then you run the other side, and you're golden. As long as you're square, too. That makes a big difference. You got to make sure you're square. Look at that. Simpson quick drive saves your back. That is a back saver. Got a little clips. You just load it really quick. Screw and go. Don't nail. Screw. Give you a couple reference marks out there for your foam to stop at. Because you take your foam and just run wild with it, and then you get your tape measure in it, get your beater block and everything in there too. So we'll try to stop it. That was my end, and on the middle, I just kind of do a little snake action. On the TJIs, if you're doing dimensional lumber, you really can't do it. Just do straight. Okay. Jimmy, here's Jimmy's job right here. And we need some muscle. Put your foot right there.
Yeah, that's it.
And then smack it. As long as are you need to where you at? Need to be, hold on. Huh? Are you? Okay. It'll be all right, yeah. Come on. All right, hold on. But one more time, just kind of, just go easy, it's bouncing. Give a little Love Jones right there. Just easy, not much. There you go, right there. Go the other end. Give it a little Love Jones. Yeah, that's all it's gonna do. It ain't gonna do nothing. I'll check this measurement, about 1.25 inches. About 1 inch and right at 1.25 inches, so running straight. Now we've got something to pull our layout off of. Reload. Saves your back though. They are star head screws. They used to make them square head, and they suck balls. They've done a lot better since they do the star head. But occasionally Brent he gets a little frustrated. It is. Sometimes they do. They'll come off the top of the head, and we'll have to keep an impact up here and screw them down. But overall, probably pretty good at about 97% of them. Tack. Tight. Right on. That's right on. That's right on. That one's off a little bit. So when you use the quick dry screws, don't throw the whole box away, because right here taped underneath, underside, you got extra bits. Hey, Brent's having issues.
Yes, just mean if you're going to use it for a drill. Once you put this on, you don't need reverse.
We changed the bit, everything. He had it reversed. Put it in reverse, Terry. Back up, Terry. Oh, Lord, Terry. All right, so when you start a brand new run, nothing is on layout. You have nothing to pull off. So we'll put the piece down and we'll measure on the edge of our plywood because the plywood is square. We'll measure, say, 1 1/4 inches. Measure 1 1/4 here, nail it. Whatever you have down here needs to be up there. Then you've got something that's square to pull your layout off. So don't slam your board down, just start screwing the hell out of it. You got to make sure you're square, because if you don't, by the time you get it a 40-foot run, you're going to be off. So I'll show you when we get it glued here. There, oh yeah, easy does it. Oh, look at that, so easy. Don't slam it. You slam it, stuff goes everywhere. All right, I've got 1 3/8 need to be my way. Yeah, come my way. Yeah, he screwed him. Keep coming if you can. Yeah, a little bit. Just a little light tap-tap-a-roo. There you go, right there. All right, now give me some top bevel. Top action. Easy. One more easy one. There you go. All right. Keep on going. Keep on going. One more. All right. All right, so this is where you need to measure. So now we know this is 1 1/4 inch. This is on our layout. So we'll come up here, measure 1 1/4 inch, and stick it. I'm gonna have to use a nail. Somebody go ahead and nail that right there. Let's see. There you go. There. All right, so now that's square. We've got something to pull off of. Those are all pretty dang good. Except the end one needs to go out a little bit. So if you're using the foam, I think it's 8 cans to eight tubes of adhesive to large tubes of adhesive to 1 can of foam, and it's about right. We put on 24, right at 24 sheets of Advantech with 1 can of foam. So you save on a lot of adhesive. So this is probably your cheaper route, and it's a better product too. I never screw my edges until I have all of my sheathing on there. It's a lot better, makes it a lot straighter. Find this point, that end point down there, chalk a line, cut your subfloor, and then you can adjust either your rim board or in this case a wall out to that chalk line. That way you know that dude is straight. So don't just, like yesterday when we're throwing it down, I may put a couple in there just to tack it, but overall don't screw any of your end walls off until you have chalked a line and cut your plywood straight. Then you do your end wall to that. I'm gonna leave all that off right now because it's gonna be in the knee wall area anyway, so we'll just wait on that. But we got everything else buttoned up. So now we're ready to string these walls back here. We'll string each side, then we'll lay out, and we're ready to start installing our ceiling joist. We're just going to use a 2x6 ceiling joist, some 2x8 girders. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to jump down here, make sure everything's straight and plumb, check it again, and go to town with some ceiling joists. We'll go upstairs and I'll show you kind of what the room looks like now that we got. Oh, yep, we got a little drywall, so show you what that looks like. But here is that little knee wall area that I never put the subfloor on. I really didn't think it was necessary, so I never did it. We come up into a little landing here, which comes into Macy's room. And then over here on the left, we got the HVAC system, which is all conditioned. As you can see, it's all spray foamed. So we've got the HVAC unit, my custom pan, overflow pan that's tiled. But yeah, looks pretty cool. Got a lot of angles and pitches and everything to make the roof line work. So our subfloor's been up here for, I don't know, a year probably, maybe even better than that. Been weathered on, dropped stuff on, framed on, and so far I have not seen or heard any squeaks, which is a plus, that's what you want. You want no squeaks, because like I said, they are like nails on a chalkboard to me, and no bueno. I am super excited to be drywalling right now, to putting sheetrock up on the walls. It's been a long time coming. We actually are doing it ourselves. I usually don't do that, and I haven't done it in years, but we're waiting on getting ready to start another project in Paris. And I was kind of killing a little dead time, and I was kind of having a little issue with trying to find a drywall guy. But the guy I did find, he doesn't hang. He has some laborers come in and hang the drywall, and then he finishes it. So we're being the laborers, which it'll save me a little money too, because I don't have to pay another crew to do it. I just keep my guys and pay them, you know, just on payroll. But we're getting at it. We're a little old, a little rusty, but we're knocking it out. I think we'll be able to get it here in about another, I don't know, 4 or 5 days. We've got most of the lids hung downstairs. This room is just about done. I've got a little framing I got to do in there. Macy wants an arch door going into a shower. I got to get the pocket doors in. So like I said, maybe the end of the week we should be pretty well drywalled. Well, I hope you guys liked the video, and come back and watch more of the Dykes Home Series. But if there's ever anything that you guys would like me to explain or maybe see that I haven't done, put it in the comments. Let me know. I try to comment a lot. I don't get them all, but I do try to comment back quite a bit. Once again, I'm Keith Dykes. This was my second story floor framing video here up in Macy's bedroom. Thanks for watching, and you guys have a wonderful day. I gotta get out of here, man. It is hot. It is warm up here.